Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here tonight. 1 week
Hi.
and 1 day before I fly to Japan.
Can you not say that?
I just
That'd
did.
be super cool.
That'll be great. All right. Well, welcome everybody. What do you want to say, Katie?
Everybody. Yeah. Anyway, no, I am wearing my Taylor Swift cardigan. So if you have not seen the Eras film, go fix that. It's fun.
What else should they do?
You should also go to geekscorner.live and then in the chat, tell me how much you loved the Eras film.
Or anything else that you love.
I just really love the Eras film.
True.
I had a great time. Did you have a great time?
It was great.
He had a great time.
There you go.
He enjoyed it. He ate popcorn.
There you go. All right. Well, it is time. We've brought it back. What's on Mr. Daft's desk? And it is not a book this week. We've got a good friend who came from a very far place who brought us gifts and gave us gifts on Sunday.
I was not there on that.
Let's see if I can remember how this goes.
Oh, there's a...
Oh, yeah. This one's me. And this one's you. So it's an early and an earlier birthday present. You picked these specifically. So here's a Have a Magical Day pin from Starbucks in Singapore.
Beautiful day.
And then this really cute little bag
Oh my god.
that has the skyline of Singapore.
And I think it unfolds to be something.
Oh, really? It's like there's something in it.
Yeah, it's a... I don't know. I'm afraid that if I take it out, I can't get it back in.
Oh, I almost guarantee I'm not getting it back in. It's very pretty though. The bag.
Oh, how fun!
That's upside down. Very cute.
Oh,
It's a Singapore bag.
oh my
Thank you.
gosh! I love it.
You're not going to try to get yours out?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I'll do it eventually. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
And
I'm going to put
it.
this actually in the little bag to protect it right now. And then I'm going to put them here so I don't lose them.
Protected.
Protected. Yeah, those are very cool. And good luck fitting that bolt. I was like, oh, okay. We'll see how this goes for you. All right. We are also just 2 weeks away from Halloween. Is that correct? Yeah, we're about 2 weeks from actually, it's 2 weeks tonight. And we've already got a plan this year for Halloween. Shocking, I know, for all of you.
Shocking.
So if you want to squeeze between watching It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and maybe Blackbeard's Ghost at 8:30, you can watch our very Halloween special on Geeks Corner here, which will be special, I can tell you that. And get to see what we have in store for you.
It's pretty good.
It's inspired. I think it's inspired.
We're getting creative.
We are getting creative. It will be a lot of fun, and hopefully you have as much fun watching it as we have fun creating it.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to say. That's exactly what we're going to say. Speaking of Halloween, the new Halloween, Mickey and Friends Halloween Cavalcade has arrived at Disneyland just in time for Disney's 100th birthday. How cool is that?
It's great timing.
Great timing.
Who would have guessed?
Happy birthday, Disney. Have a Halloween cavalcade. But it's a very cute cavalcade, and I like that they keep upping the game each year on the Halloween cavalcades.
Yes.
Because this year I thought the float was especially, well, it was better, but it was better because it matched with everything stylistically and color-wise that Mickey and their friends are wearing for their new Halloween costumes. And
because it has sometimes hasn't matched before.
Yeah, sometimes it's just Halloween and it's cool, but this year it's like all working together, and it makes for a very good picture viewing experience. And the song will get stuck on your head forever and ever and ever, and which the best Disney shows usually do.
Like Boo to You.
Yeah, like you want to walk away.
Boo to you. And you.
That one might be the winner for all of the Halloween theme songs, though.
Boo to you, and you, and you, and you. Happy Halloween.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
That I think
that is Boo to You is the definition of an earworm to me.
Yeah.
Like that is one that you hear it And it's probably because it's all single syllable words.
It's very easy to remember.
And it's very like
Mhm.
bouncy. Like that is a Disney earworm to me, honestly. So
Is it the Disney earworm of the Halloween season?
Yeah, in my
Well,
opinion.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Halloween Screams doesn't have anything.
They have the exit music that's I Put a Spell on You, but that
But
doesn't
that's
really
not,
count.
That's not original.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Frightfully Fun is
close.
cute.
It's heading in the right direction.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the level.
Well, and just as I'm thinking through, I'm like, I can kind of picture each of these songs, but Boo to You keeps jumping back in, which means it was the dominant earworm.
Well, and we typically walk away for the rest of an Oogie Boogie Bash going, it's Halloween, Halloween,
Yeah.
everybody.
But
it's not
Boo to You.
Boo to You. And which one plays in the Esplanade for Halloween?
Boo to You, right?
Boo to You.
It's true.
Not.
But do you suppose that's to make us want to go to Florida so that we can go to
They're,
Mickey's Not
they're
So
not
Scary
playing
Halloween also?
Frightfully Fun Parade in Disney Springs.
They don't need to because that sells out already. There's more space in Florida. Like, so let's get them over there. Sell more tickets over there where it's more space and a longer Halloween season.
True.
Because Oogie Boogie is going to be gone in like 3 seconds. Right?
Typically, yeah.
Like it is so fast. And so you don't need to promote Oogie Boogie because it's already,
but
you're what, 24 nights or whatever is gone so fast.
It's a long Halloween loop. Well, it's not really that long of a Halloween loop, but there's not a lot of Halloween songs to pick from. But Frightfully Fun Parade is not on there.
Maybe next year. That'd be a good choice.
Yeah, I actually am just now thinking about that, and it's like shocking.
Yeah, I like that idea. All right, there's your idea for next year. It's free.
Great idea.
Disney, no charge.
Use it.
You can have it. It's yours anyway.
It's yours.
Well, the idea technically we just came up with, but
sure.
I'm sure somebody else did. Over at Epcot, Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, is now officially open, and guests are enjoying it, as they have been during the soft opening as well, with Moana right next door. What do you think about Journey of Water?
I think it's cute.
I want to take pictures there.
Yeah, I think the concept of Moana Journey of Water is cute. I think the execution is beautiful.
It's very photogenic.
It's extremely photogenic, and the colors are just so vibrant. And if you've ever heard us say this isn't going to come as a surprise, but Florida skies are much more vibrant than California.
I thought you were going to go somewhere with kinetic energy.
I don't know if you ever
As
heard
you were
me
leading that into that, I was like, oh, we're going into kinetic energy.
I don't know if you ever heard me say this, but kinetic energy, that's also part of it.
Okay.
But no, Florida skies are much more vibrant and colorful, and the clouds are much more animated. And so I think that it stands out against something like Moana Journey of Water. I also really like, and maybe other people are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. That's what things like this are for.
So what do you like?
That they did so many soft opens, so many cast previews, so many AP previews, and people are now saying, oh, well, there's no line. That means it's not doing well. And I go, no, that means that there's not that big whoosh.
There's no stress for it. Like it alleviated that.
And the people that want to do it can do it without giant crowds.
Yeah, I like that it creates some really cool photo ops for Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
Like there's some really good views for that. And I think it gives a really natural place for Moana to meet with guests in the park that probably wasn't there in a natural way before. And I feel like you could probably use some other characters in that area too, just the way it looks and feels. And
I want to meet Nemo.
I like that. There you go. I like that they're creating a more lush environment in the middle of Epcot, because I think even pre-transformation, it was pretty hot and dry in the middle. And so if you went off to the right, which is what World Nature now, that seemed much more shady and trees and stuff. And I liked that side generally more than going off to the left. And it always felt like Test Track was hotter than going off on the other side. But
World Celebration to the left?
World Celebrations, the middle.
I thought that was World Discovery.
I thought World Discovery is I don't know. I thought that's where Mission Space and Test Track and all that stuff was.
Because I know World Nature.
I think it's Discovery, Celebration, Nature, Imagination. But I think imagination's in nature. Now that
No,
I
I
think
thought
about
I think nature's in celebration.
well, nature can't
Or
be
no,
in celebration.
Imagination.
Yeah, imagination could be in celebration. We'll get it someday. We'll get used to it.
Come on.
It'll be fine. It'll be great. Yeah, but I think that's a great new addition, and it makes me even more excited for, in theory, the finishing of the transformation of Epcot by the end of the year, and getting to see, you know, what is it, Dreamer's Point and Walt the Dreamer statue and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, all
And
those things.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
I can't wait to get very close to the Walt Disney statue again and just go. Boop.
Good call.
I enjoyed doing that at the D23.
If that's still allowed.
At the final D23 Expo.
If that's still allowed, because it might not be. We don't
now
know.
it's called D23.
No, I'm talking about the statue.
I was tying things back in.
Okay.
I'm tired. Can you tell?
No, I do wonder if you'll be able to touch it or not, just because Josh Damaro during the media event was like, make sure to touch the statue while you still can, because you never know what it'll be like in the park.
It might be like partners where you can't touch it.
But I do like that they're making more of these statues, like storytellers
Like
at
Hong Kong.
Disney California Adventure, and we'll get to Hong Kong later. But they are making them more accessible, and you can walk right up to them and get pictures with them. All right, it is time for IndyCam. Number 11, shockingly enough. But
it's just a boy.
Yes. So let's well, I'm actually going to tell you. This is what happens every day, and this is a more mild day.
Oh.
So enjoy this.
Thank goodness he didn't miss that piece of kibble.
He will always go after the kibble. That was one of the days where he was like, am I really allowed to go get it? Because I make him wait before he can eat, and then I say, okay, and then he runs and gets his food. And I will say, those jumps were not as high as they sometimes are.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a relatively tame day.
Yeah.
Which was good because I was trying to film and carry food, and like it was a challenge.
I really wish, and it's one of those things where
and I almost dropped the camera when I put the food down, which is why there's a fade.
Sometimes things happen, and we wish we had been filming. So this brings me to the other night. We're making Indy sit for his dinner and put it on the ground, and we usually make him wait for 5 or so seconds because we want him to be patient. And so I said okay, but then he like thought I didn't say okay. And then I could not get him to eat. I was like, okay, Indy, eat.
Then he's panicked. Like,
Indy, food.
Then he's trying to be too...
Indy, okay.
Yeah.
Indy, eat. And like the whole time he was like...
It's true.
Can I... Like, I'm sitting here trying... I like moved the food towards him. I was like, please eat. He was like, I don't want to get in trouble. Not that he ever actually gets like in proper trouble.
He doesn't. Like getting in trouble is we tell him to sit again and you pick up his food. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, I have to wait longer. Which is worse, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. How old is he now?
Indy is 5 months old next week.
There we go. All right. Indy
The
is
25th.
5 months old, and the Walt Disney Company is 100 years old as of Monday.
Indy will live till 100 too.
I was at Disneyland to cover all of the events that happened at Disneyland for the 100th anniversary, which was the addition of Once Upon a Studio, which we'll talk about in a minute, to the Opera House. They also had a photo circle that you could do, and then they did a ton of stuff for cast members backstage, which was very cool. And my favorite one being, you can go read the article, but the best one, and I would have loved to have seen this, is they had a dunk tank for leaders of the Disneyland Resort. And my favorite was Mark Everett King Jr., who's one of the current Disneyland ambassadors, was one of the people in the dunk tank. And I think that would have been a hilarious experience and totally worth being a cast member for.
Yeah.
And they also had like foods and giveaways and photo ops and games and all sorts of stuff that the cast members could do. And which I thought was very nice of them and looked really cool.
Yeah, all good things.
Very good things. They also, the day before, revealed the new Dreammaker statue at Hong Kong Disneyland, which has Walt and Mickey sitting on a bench, and Walt's kind of reaching out into the future. It's actually funny because the moment I saw the statue in Star Trek First Contact, they're talking about a statue of a guy named Zefram Cochrane, who basically invented the warp, or went to warp for the first time for the humans or something. And Geordie LaForge at one point is describing the statue, and he says, and he's got his hands out and he's looking to the future. And I really looked at this statue of Walt and Mickey. I'm like, huh, it's kind of how Geordie describes the Zefram Cochrane statue. But what do you think of the statue at
It's very reminiscent of the Griffith Park story.
Especially with the merry-go-round right there, or carousel right there.
It's very beautiful, and I think that the pictures of this are so breathtaking, so I can only imagine what it looks like in person.
Yeah, I feel like you could have some really fun, like you could get some really cool photo shoots, especially like sunrise and sunset. There could be some really cool things. And then, you know, as we mentioned before, you'll have the statue coming to Epcot, and I like that they're connecting all of the parks. It seems like they're heading that way more to like, let's connect more parks with Walt and Mickey, which is a good thing. What would you do for Animal Kingdom? Oh, Saludos Amigos. It could be Walt when he went on his Goodwill trip to
I was like, that's not Walt and Mickey.
No, but he went on the Goodwill trip.
It's Walt with Donald, Jose, and Panchito.
Or it could be Walt showing
Three caballeros.
Mickey where he went.
That would work.
But he'd be like Walt in his travel vacation looking outfit, which is very similar to the storytellers.
Malibu
actually.
Walt.
Yeah, travel Walt. I don't know, whatever that
Vacation
thing.
Walt.
All the above. You know, those things. They also, as I mentioned, they put Once Upon a Studio for the Disney 100. It's on Disney Plus. It was in front of, or was part of the Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday night. It's in front of Moana in theaters, and it's also, I think it's going to be in front of like some other programming on some of the Disney-owned channels.
Moana's in theaters?
Mm-hmm. Till the 26th. And then it's, I think I already said it's on Disney Plus, but it's also in the Opera House on Main Street, USA. And it was very fun watching people watch it on Monday, because I think a lot of them hadn't.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of chuckles and sniffles as it was playing.
I would imagine you'd have a lot of people crying in there.
Not as much as you expect.
Huh.
It was more like there were definite chuckles, and then you could see the stiff upper lip kind of thing of like, you know, whatever. And that was fun to watch. And but there's probably like a half dozen people at any given time, and that's about all it fits in that little corner.
Yeah.
Watching it, which I thought was fun, and brings up the question of, what did you think of Once Upon a Studio?
I really liked it. I thought it was very sweet. It is a great tribute and dedication to the Walt Disney Company.
Do you have a favorite part?
every time Meet the Robinsons characters were in there.
How many times was that? Do you know?
3.
Is there like 3?
Yeah, because Carl in the elevator.
Yep.
Bowler hat guy on the
Uh-huh.
stairs, and then Lewis and Wilbur at the end.
Okay, I was thinking there's 4, but
Maybe the dinosaurs in there. They also flashed to Carl twice.
Okay, that's I think I was like I thought I counted 4.
They
I don't remember what I
flashed to
did.
Carl in the elevator twice.
No, that was the same one. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I know what it was. They're in a scene when they're singing a song, and then I thought they would also be, and I didn't look for them, but I assume they're also in the picture. So that would be, so that'd be 4.
Okay.
Because I'll count the pictures before. Yeah, I have several parts that are very funny to me. I think the one that sticks out to me the most is probably one that if I were like looking at this on a spreadsheet of different parts of this short, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's the part you're gonna like the most. But it's literally the 101 Dalmatians watching Fantasia, and as Kristoff walks by, he's like, "Come on, puppies, you're gonna have nightmares." And then the Chernobog jumps out of the screen and scares them all away.
And the puppies all just go running.
But the funny part of it isn't that. It's the "Come on, puppies, you're gonna have nightmares." And I was like, that's so true. And puppy nightmares are really cute, but I just, that part cracks me up every time. I'm like, there's a lot of cute moments in there, but come on, puppies, you're gonna have nightmares. I don't know. I think that's brilliant.
I really liked that, and then I also really love Flounder in the Mad Hatter's hat.
And Merlin was amazing.
Merlin's great.
Like I thought the little being right there at the coffee shop, that was great, or coffee stand, whatever you want to call it.
I should be Merlin for Halloween at a coffee stand.
That would be good. Yeah, when Max.
Cinderella.
Yeah, she's cheering him on. Yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
I also
or Rapunzel saying, "Don't worry, Mickey, I've got it."
Like,
Ka.
I really loved, if we're speaking on the Cinderella and Prince scene, my favorite part, because it feels so real of that scene specifically, is Eric, come get your dog.
Yeah, that was good.
It is so much of this. Not to talk about House of Mouse a bunch, but House of Mouse, it kind of feels like that, of the characters are off duty and they're just friends hanging out.
Which is how it should be. We want more of this.
Yeah, but like, Eric, come get your dog is something that like we would say to a friend.
Anybody would say, yeah,
like
that's very...
hey, you, come get your dog. Like, it's just so fun to see the characters in an environment.
So my question is, has anybody found or made a list of all 543 characters yet? Because there's 543 in that picture.
Have you seen?
Or in the short? Because I'm actually thinking now there's one that doesn't make it to the picture. So maybe.
True.
Maybe he's 543. There's 542 people in the, or characters in the.
Seen? I'm sure you have. The character that is not from a Disney theatrical release. That it made it into the short.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one it was, because I had that. There's a couple of them though.
There's one in particular that I'm talking about.
Which one are you talking about?
Technically, Robin Williams makes 2 appearances.
Oh yeah.
From the Disney's Hollywood Studios animation short.
It's a little guy in the back. Yeah.
The Lost Boy.
Yeah.
In the back is also a Robin Williams character.
There you go.
So that's been. I honestly never got a chance.
I did see that.
Do that animation tour at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
It would have been cool.
So that was something that I didn't know about and I thought was very, very fun.
No, I thought that was a good. There's another one. What was it? I don't remember. There was another one I noticed that I'm not thinking of now, obviously. And Peter and the Wolf, I saw. Well, Peter and the Wolf, I saw down in the front left when they're taking the picture. I can't remember which one it was.
Speaking of Robin Williams, because it's in the same scene. So the Lost Boy is in the back while Olaf is sketching Genie. And Robin Williams.
I thought we were talking about Peter. I'm like, no, where is this going?
I said, wow.
Oh, okay,
we're
go ahead.
talking about Robin Williams.
Yes.
Genie comes out and says things that we've never heard Genie say before. And I had an initial reaction of, oh, that feels icky. Because I thought they got someone to do the voice. And I was like, that goes against everything Robin Williams
Which is so
wanted.
interesting too, though. Well, when that so many people that we know have had that first thought.
Yeah.
When I feel like Disney was very upfront from like months ago of like, hey, Genie's in this. It's really Robin Williams. We didn't do anything shady.
Yeah.
Like they trotted Eric Goldberg out everywhere. I felt like talking about how this came to be and blah blah blah. And but it just shows that no matter how much you think you've communicated, the message might not get there because there's just so much information coming out on a daily basis.
Lot. And so I immediately was like, oh, I don't feel good about this short at all. Like immediately I was like, hands off. I don't like this. And we paused it. Actually, we talked about it and we brought up the article about the recordings at appmagic.com. There's a whole article about it. And then I felt like infinitely better. But that's another fun thing. And not to get like touchy-feely whatever, but it shows that yes, sometimes people can leave us, but there are still gifts to be given by the people that are gone.
For sure.
And I know how much Genie means to so many people and how much Robin Williams means, like take Genie out of it, how much Robin Williams means to so many people. And to be able to hear new lines performed. Beautiful.
And it was fun to hear old lines reperformed, but in different contexts.
Like
and
Peter Pan.
Yeah, like Peter Pan, Ka, I feel like was reused. Like there was multiple through there.
Oodalolly.
Like
that was
you have to really listen closely, but you can hear Scrooge when he gets pummeled. and they used Alan Young's voice, which to many of us that grew up with the original DuckTales and Mickey's Christmas Carol and all of that, Alan Young is the voice of Scrooge McDuck.
I love David Tennant, but it's still Alan Young.
Yeah, I mean, Alan Young will probably always be the voice of Scrooge to me, but David Tennant, I think, did a very admirable job in the remake or the reboot, whatever you want to call it.
The thing.
Yeah, but 2 thumbs up definitely for that.
If you like, go watch it.
Well, no, don't just watch it. Watch it like 6 or 8 times because every time you watch it, you're going to pick something else out. And maybe it's a character, maybe it's something that's in the background on the wall, maybe it's a reflection that you didn't notice. Like there's a lot to see and find in there. And it's one of those things that they don't do it very often, but I'd love to see a behind the scenes feature because I don't feel like a short would be enough, but like a feature on the making of it and the Easter eggs or a book. Like there could just be something that really goes into depth on this. And I think people would love it and be fitting for Disney's 100th anniversary. And it really was. I thought they nailed it. And if you happen to go over and see my review, I basically talked about how when I was a kid, I assumed all these characters lived together and played together and goofed off together when they weren't working on the screen. And then you get older and you find out things don't really go that way. And I was like, oh. And then they kind of had this time where like they kind of had this like characters don't cross thing happening for several years. And so then it kind of got even pushed further from my imagination and mind. And then when this came back, I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly how I imagined. Like, and this was the way, different building, because I always assumed it was the animation, like the old animation building. But yeah, like I thought they did a fantastic job with that. And now I'm gonna go watch it again.
Yeah, I also am like, I want to go watch it again.
Yeah. And you can, because it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
You can watch it as many times. And the more you watch it, the more they're going to see that things like this connect with Disney fans and there's a demand for it. And then you get more of this type of content being created. And it really was a labor of love because there was a ton of people that came in, maybe just for like one little part and to animate one little part. But there was so many different people that brought it to life. And you know, you've got the different animation styles, you've got the different everything. And that was super cool. And I think we could get more unique and nostalgic ideas coming out if people watch it enough. So keep watching it. Welcome to Geeks Corner Plus, by the way. Speaking of, before I get to that, if you have anything you'd like us to respond to, let us know in the chat, and we will keep our eyes on that. While I watch the chat, totally agree on, I thought Elsa freezing Hans was hilarious. But while I'm watching the chat, this week is Katie's birthday.
Oh.
So next week, make sure to tune in at 8:30, geekscorner.live, and we'll celebrate Katie's birthday. And it will be a lot of fun, and we'll embarrass her, and that's always a good thing too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can next week leave comments in the, birthday comments in the comments, and that will be fun as well. It'll be great. It's Katie's favorite. Right? Yeah.
I genuinely, I do love, and I just don't know how to show appreciation for like people loving me. So this isn't like I hate attention, because I know that I will get called out on that. I do love attention. I just don't know how to accept like love and compliments and friendship. So don't be offended if I get weird.
It'll be entertaining. Just enjoy it. Run with it. It'll be great. That's what makes for a great show. And then the following week will be our Halloween episode, which, shocking, we have plans for, which means it might be the worst. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the best. I don't know.
We don't know.
You never do. Like, we'll find out at probably like 9:05 in 2 weeks on Halloween night if this is a good or a bad episode, right?
Right. I mean,
like usually right when it ends, I'm gonna know.
You won't find out Halloween night.
No, I'll be in the future.
You'll find out November.
I'll be in the year
1st.
2000.
That
would have been a good segment to do.
Let's see, what time is it right now? So that means it would be November 1st at 1:02 p.m.
Yeah,
is when you would find out.
That's what I expected.
We've discussed.
I will find out from the future.
We've discussed this time zone many times. I still don't know. So.
But I know, so it's okay. So Geeks Corner will continue to go just like always, just virtually again. It'll be great. All right, Katie, we're running out of time. What should people do?
It's a terrible time for me to yawn.
Yeah.
You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, find everything we talked about tonight, whether it be Once Upon a Studio, whether it be Hong Kong, whether it be every exciting thing that's ever happened, and go to patreon.com/dapsmagic and find all of the indie cams, find so many funny things all the time. Yeah, do that.
And behind the scenes things.
Oh yes, we also do behind the scenes.
See what's going on the set where you can't see. We have new things. You can see one of them. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a ton of stuff going up basically from now through the end of the year. We've already got a lot of it planned out. So you won't want to miss any of that. We're also now past 80,000 subscribers. So thank you. On to 100 and our plaque, which we'll have to rearrange the whole wall again, but that'll be okay. All right. Well, that is all the time we have for you this week. We will see you around the corner.
Bye.